coming to you from Skyrim. I've started Skyrim, and I pretty much skipped that boring cutscene you can't skip before you become the prisoner. I'm about to create my character. I'm not going to bore you guys with the details on stats and stuff, except for if you really want to be a magic user, high elves have a higher mana pool starting out with.
Who are you?
The Bretons, they have resistance to magic, and you can all read that in the description of each thing. The reptilian race, which is Amazonian, they can breathe underwater. They get 50% disease resistance, which is good if you decide you want to decide with Dawnguard instead of becoming a vampire lord, which that will help. And then if you become a werewolf, you get 100% resistance to diseases. And like I said before, Amazonians can breathe underwater, so there is no need to enchant a helmet with water breathing or make water breathing potions unless you decide to sell them. Their Hest Skin ability allows them to regenerate health very quickly, which comes in handy if you decide that you don't have a lot of health potions or don't like using magic to restore health. Granted, you have to remember powers can only be used once a day. You can wait 24 hours so you can use the power again, but I highly doubt you're going to do that in the middle of combat because you can't if there's enemies nearby. Dark Elves, known as Drummers, they are stealthy and some magic skills. Their ancestor's Wrath surrounds himself in fire, which is pretty much a free fire cloak. And their resistance to fire. And that's good because a lot of mage classes out there that you fight use fire magic. Some, however, do use frost, so be wary of that. Like I said, high elves, they get a power that regenerates magic very quickly, and they start out with higher levels in all magic, especially illusionary magic. Their highborn ability regenerates magic quickly. Imperials, I have never started one with an Imperial, but it looks like if you read the description, they are skilled with combat and magic. And they find more gold. If you're seem like you're always low on gold, Imperials find more gold in chests and stuff than any other race. They can calm an enemy with the voice of the Emperor, which is another power, which is, like I said, 24-hour delay. Kashyyyk, they are, what I do with the Kashyyyk is pretty much stealthiness, because that's what they are for. They have a higher unarmed attack because of their claws, and they can see in the dark with their special ability. Nords are your resistance to cold, and they are your warrior. Their battle cry can make enemies flee, which is good because if you get overwhelmed, you can use that and just have everyone run away from you. Orcs get a Berserker's Rage, which, if I recall correctly, increases damage and damage resistance, or it increases damage and it makes it where you take a little bit more damage. But if you're dealing a lot of damage and they can't kill you before you kill them, no need to worry about the decrease in damage resistance. Redguard, never created one of them, but they have resistance to poisons, and Adrenaline Rush is their special ability, and that regenerates stamina. Wood Elf, they can call upon an animal once a day. They are resistant to both poisons and diseases, which you can read that in the description. And I think they start out with a better archery. Well, I like to be an archer But I like to be a stealthy archer, so you know what? I'm going to pick Wood Elf as my race. I always pick females just because I think that there are more, to me there's more male shopkeepers, and you can, on the speech skill tree, you can actually make it where opposite sex gives you better prices. I don't really mess with their presets, but some of them are pretty cool. Like, I like that one. Kind of makes her look like a Nord almost, except for her facial structure. But I am just gonna use the default and pick my own skin tone and wait. Scars. I kind of like to make them look like they get burnt. Kind of, to me, that looks like a burn mark. The different war paints, yeah, are alright. My favorite, of course, would have to be the skull or the handprint. Like somebody had a bloody hand and smacked you across the face. But I'm not going to go with any war paint. Eye color, I like making them have dark eyes just because it looks cool, but you can adjust it how you want. You can kind of go blind if you want. Let's get to the hair. Different hairstyles. And we are going to go with a simple hairstyle. Oops. And now we will pick a dark hair color to kind of blend in. We'll go with a brown to blend in with the woods a little bit more. Hit square to be done if you're playing on the PlayStation 4. Hit OK. We will name her... I don't want to go with anything from movies or anything like that. A lot of people do. We will just name her a simple name and a common female name.
Not many wood elves would choose to come alone to Skyrim. Captain, what should we do? She's not on the list.
Forget the list. She goes to the block.
By all
And
orders, Captain.
no matter what you do, you
I'm
always
sorry.
end up getting set to the
Make sure
block,
our
even
names
if you
are
pick
thrown
Imperial
around.
or whatnot.
Follow the captain, prisoner.
Ulfric Stormcloak. Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but a hero doesn't use a power like the voice to murder his king and usurp his throne.
Spoiler alert,
You started this war.
if you choose with the Stormcloaks, you learn that
And now the Empire is going to put you
Ulfric
down
Stormcloak
and
doesn't
restore
actually
the peace.
kill the High King with his voice, he just knocks him down and then stabs him through the heart with his sword.
It's nothing. Carry on.
Yes, General Tullius. Give them their last rites.
As we commend your souls to Aetherius, blessings of the eight divines upon
For
you.
the love of Talos, shut up and let's get this over.
Learn our... as you wish.
Come on! I haven't got all morning. My ancestors are smiling at me.
I like to look around just
You
to
say the same.
see who's all here, what's going on, and graphic. So, of course, this game is not really for children, but I think you can adjust the blood settings in the settings, but I'm not positive on that. I never have adjusted the blood.
There it is again. Did you hear that?
I said, next prisoner.
To the block, prisoner. Nice
And you don't
easy.
really have to move around or anything, it automatically moves you. That executioner looks kind of funny to me. And then, yep, you see his head decapitated there. And yeah, there's a dragon.
Sentries.
That's what Skyrim's about, is being dragonborn. And using your voice foam is what they like to call it, to fight enemies. Kind of get disoriented from that shout from the dragon. They have you run into here. They do some talking. I ignore it and just keep running because I know where to go. You will get hurt by his fire blast if you stand in it. I have figured that out. They tell you to jump, so you triangle to jump. I don't think you really have to jump in that, but I do. And I run, but I'll just run through it because you can skip the dragon. But he spawns there, lands there, and then if you're just taking your time, he'll come and he'll land on the wall like so. So you fire and kill that guy. You can save them all if you just run through here. He doesn't land there and kill him. You just keep running. And I just figured out that you can actually pick, escape with the Stormcloaks, which you'll go through this door if you escape with the Stormcloaks, or you can escape with the Imperials and go through this door. If you escape with the Stormcloaks, you don't get access to the Forge and Winter Rut. Well, you get access to it, but you don't get access to the free starting materials right out the bat for making armor and gear if you decide to go warrior. You go through here, you actually can use the Black Forge to get, there's iron ingots and steel ingots underneath and next to the blacksmither's bench.
Looks like we're the only ones who made it. Was that really a dragon?
He talks to you for a minute.
We should keep moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off.
You approach him. Get your bindings cut off, so now you can go around.
There should be plenty of gear to choose from.
There's gear all over the place. You get the key for free. You don't have to actually kill anybody to get the key here. There's wine here, a spoon. Come over to this chest and you can... Oh, not that chest, I'm sorry. It's this chest. You get a helmet and some gold starting out. You hit circle to pull up your inventories. And I like to dual wield. And you don't have to dual wield. You can go single-handed. And later you can get a shield and become that way. Or you can get a two-handed weapon here soon and use two-handed weapons. I use dual wielding because your damage output seems to be more. Slice him. Slice her. Loot him. There's an iron battle axe, which is your two-handed weapons. You can get with the Stormcloak gear. You get the iron, but no, that person has an iron battle axe too. I thought they had a hammer. I am sorry. This guy has a war axe, so I'm gonna pick that up and equip it in my right hand. It does more damage. Swords will swing faster than axes, and axes swing faster than maces. And if you look at the damage output, maces do more damage, axes do more than swords.
Come back here.
But it's completely on how you want to play. If you want to swing fast, do more damage in succession. And that was a power attack. If you kill an enemy with a power attack, that happens.
Might come in handy.
Sometimes, not all the time. But you see how the iron battle axe does 17 points of damage. You can get him, and the iron warhammer, which is a two-handed weapon, does 19 points of damage. There's health potions. Oops, I did not mean to take that cup. There's potions. There's some ingredients. There's even some food if you want to pick it up. You don't have to, but you can. There's more potions and stuff here. bread or food. That one doesn't have any. There's some sacks that have some food in it. Yes, I know. If you look at the sack of flour, it restores 1 point of health. Why would you eat raw flour? Gross.
Done. This way.
Come through here. I like to sprint just to get it over with.
Torture room. Gods, I wish we didn't.
The torturer is killing Stormcloaks. The shock. Let them just fight because there's no point of getting in the way. There's the Book of a Dragonborn, and then there's an iron dagger. There's lockpicks there. There's some gold. And I actually broke a lockpick. Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm the best at lockpicks. I kind of suck at it. There's some gold. And then if you loot him, there's more gold, more potions. And then if you get those, will help you level up your enchanting more. You can come back here and find a mace and a shield. And there's a book here too if you want to pick that up and read it. You don't have to. But I will put that in my left hand because it does more damage. Ingredients. And with ingredients, if you... Oh, that learns a spell if you don't have it already. One of the characters already comes with that spell, so that spell is useless if you pick one of the race it does. And I cannot recall what race it is right off the bat. But in alchemy, you can raise your alchemy just a little bit by eating an ingredient. And it gives you 1 at the start of what it does. If you go to your skills and you go over to alchemy, there is a thing here that eating ingredients reveals the first 2 effects, and I'm sure it goes up to it gives you all of the effects. So if you like alchemy and you decide to go with the experimenter, you can go ahead and get all of the things right off the bat. As you can see, my alchemy is higher than everybody else's because I am a wood elf. It's higher than 15. 15 is the starting stat. My pickpocketing's better, my lockpicking, sneaking, light armor, and archery is the highest. And that's why I chose them, is so I can go archery.
Didn't you hear me? I said to keep this under attack.
Iron daggers, or daggers themselves, will do more damage with sneak attacks if you go stealthy and you use melee. Because if you look in the sneak, backstab does 6 times the damage, bows do 3 times the damage, and then daggers will do a total of 15 times the normal damage. Which I've never gotten. I never go that path. I always go up here to I usually just go to light-footed so you don't set off pressure plates. And then with armor, you can get it where, I guess, where is it at? Oh, unhindered, yeah. Okay. Light armor weighs nothing and does not slow you down when worn. Heavy armor also has that in their thing, and I will go show you that right now. It's right up. It's right there. But as you can see, it requires 70 in heavy armor instead of just 50 for light armor. Light armor is the way to go for stealthy, because if you don't have your light armor up high enough, your armor does make noise as you move, and you will hear that as I'm running around here. I don't wait for the dude, I just run through because I don't care. And when you first start off, yes, you get I have no idea why my weapons look like they are enchanted, because they are not.
Where in Oblivion are we supposed to go?
Um,
Where's the way out?
You can get a bow here.
I cannot
I'm out of stamina, so I can't use a power attack. And yes, NPCs will use stealth, power attacks to kill an enemy to finish them off. You start out usually with this. With this here, the oil spill, you can catch it on fire and cause more damage. Which pretty much instantly kills them. You can come here and get free arrows and a bow. And since I'm going archery, I will switch to the bow. And now I can go stealth. Activate the leather to drop this bridge. Walk across it. Stealthing, you move slower. It sucks, but you do quite a bit of damage. There's no enemies here. If you draw your arrow, you can simply hit square to put it back, and then square again on to put your bow away so it's not in your view. There's no enemies here, so there's no point of stealth. There's a coin purse here, and how I got hurt is because there's a small bug in the game that if you accidentally are running and you move an item that's underneath your feet, you will take 1 point of damage from it. It's kind of stupid, but it's funny at the same time. Here, a bunch of spiders come down, which they're no problem to deal with. I just killed that one. One shot at that one. One shot at that one, and one shot at oh, there's one more I did not see. And of course, it died right away. They drop a venom, and sometimes you can get arrows back, and sometimes you can't, which is suckish if you think about it, because you can't really do anything. Here at this point of the game, the dude will tell you to sneak past this bear, or you can try taking it out. You can see that bear in the distance. It's sleeping. You wait for where to go. Why is he not coming? Ah, there he comes. He comes, and I'm not going to bore you with power leveling something, but what you can do is go into your settings, you go to gameplay, put it to legendary, and even in the middle of combat you can adjust your difficulty. If you find an enemy too hard, you can go down a difficulty. Novice is the lowest difficulty, legendary is the highest. We are going to keep it on legendary because I'm going to show you some things you can do to get levels up higher.
I'd rather not tangle with her right now. You might be able to sneak by. Just take it nice and slow and watch where you step. Or if you're feeling lucky,
he gives you arrows so you can come over here.
Go ahead.
He will follow.
Watch your back.
And he will not attack you no matter how much damage you do to him, so just keep hitting him with arrows. And sometimes it will score a crit. This levels your sneak and your archery up. And as you can see, archery went up. And I believe he'll give you more arrows if you run out, but I'm not positive. I ran out of arrows and he does not give me any. So that's done with. You can level up your destruction by just continuously hitting them with magic. Or you can go to your weapons. Iron Dagger is probably the best way to go about doing this. You hit him, you keep hitting him, and you can level your one-handed, and if you can get a sneak attack on him, like if you come behind him, you're one-handed. You can keep doing this until your desired level. A lot of people don't want to waste their time, they just want to get straight into the action. I'm just going to do this until I can level up to add a point into my one-handed weapons. He fell down here. And if you trap him in the corner, it's best. And that sneak attack did more damage, so my sneak went up. And as you can see, now that I've got him trapped in the corner, my sneak is going up almost every hit. Because I'm doing sneak attacks on him. He can't see me. The bear can't see me or hear me. And it's because it's set on legendary, that's why I'm going up so high in levels. And you can do this until sneak gets to 100 if you want. And you should, if you do this, you get your one-handed up to 50, your sneak up to 100. You should be around level 15 to 17. You can craft your own arrows now with the DLC Hearthstone, and it's one fire ingot, or one firewood and one kind of ingot to make 24 arrows. You can make quite a bit of arrows. I'm just going to keep doing this until my sneak is 50, just to kind of improve my odds of sneaking around. But as you can see, sneak goes up pretty quick if you set it to legendary. And setting it to legendary goes with brick, which is kind of good. One-handed, I will go ahead and get that up a little bit more. But I think that's enough because I don't want to be too high of a level leaving here. So what we'll do is we will go back to the settings and we will go down back to novice, so that way the game is a little easier. You level up. Stamina increases not only your stamina, but also increases your carrying capacity by 5. So if you want to loot everything, pure stamina is how you want to go. Of course, you want more health, so you're going to put some points into health. Put a couple points into health, a couple points into stamina. And I leveled up a total of 9 times. So we will go to sneak. First of all, we will go over to get steel smithing, so that way we can start making steel arrows right off the bat. We'll get some steel arrows. We'll go to one-handed and we'll make it where one-handed do 60% more. And then we'll go ahead and get fighting stance, so that way it costs less stamina to use power attacks. We want to go to archery because, well, I'm going to be an archer. So 60% more, and I can't do anything more, but this allows you to zoom in, and this perk allows you to slow time, causing you to use stamina, but it slows time. So if you're fighting a dragon that's flying around and you can't quite hit it, you can aim in and hit it with that. We want light armor to be better, so we'll put 2 points into there. And then our sneak we want better, so it's harder to find us. So we will go ahead and put 1 point into that. I can come back down here and hit him some more if I want. To level up one more time. But you see how much more damage my dagger is doing to him. As you can tell, the damage on him went up quite a bit. This used to be 10 points of damage, now it is 14. I hit him too many times and he's back to full health. And he's down on his knees because he's hurt really bad. You cannot kill him. And he will never recognize you as an enemy as long as you in this area. You have to wait for him to recover, which takes a little bit sometimes, and sometimes he never recovers. I leveled up some more, so we will go ahead and get more stamina. And since we want muffled movement, we want armor noise to be reduced by 50. We're done here, so what we're going to do is you can go ahead and fight the bear if you want. I'm actually going to sneak past the bear, and actually the bear I do not see anymore. So I don't know what happened there, but the bear is usually there. So we're just going to continue to go in case the bear decides to pop up. We don't want to run and cause a fight. But like I said, you can kill the bear if you want to. I usually do for some leather, but like I said, he wasn't there for me to kill. We will come out here, and it's the end of that first dungeon. You'll hear me lighting up a cigarette every now and then. I am a smoker. I apologize if for those non-smokers that are watching my channel and are against it.
Wait.
And I'm going in. You can add stuff to your favorites.
Looks like he's gone.
Which, if you hit up on the directional pad, it shows the items you've added to your favorites. And you can just add them in there.
This time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back. Closest town from here is Riverwood. My uncle's a blacksmith there. I'm sure he'll help you out.
And he's still hurt from me beating him up.
If we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have
So now that I'm level 10 and I'm out of there, enemies are going to be a little tougher around here. So you just kind of run. There's camp here of enemies. They're bandits. Pretty easy to kill even after you've leveled a little bit. The books, if you look at them and see the value, the ones that cost over 50 are your skill books. They increase a certain skill. And look at this elk. I'm gonna kill it, so it's a deer. Kill it for its hide and gold. I'm gonna take the gold off of her. Take the gold off of him, and he has a steel sword. He's got orcish arrows already. That's kind of weird. They drop a treasure map, which I will show you where that treasure is at. Oh, and look, there's a spider. I've never seen this spider spawn before, but it's probably because of my level that I am out of here. So go ahead and read this, and it levels one-handed up. There's 5 or 6 books total for each of your skills. They are hard to find and don't come up often. You may miss quite a bit of them. You can chop wood here if you have a wood chopping axe, which is always handy to carry around with you. There are black mage's robes there. The tanning rack allows you to skin hide and leather straps you pretty much need for everything you make. And then you see this symbol on my compass. That is a standing stone. And I'm doing this for players that are thinking about getting Skyrim and have never played Skyrim before. If you're watching this and you're a veteran at Skyrim or have a little bit of experience in Skyrim, please don't judge how I talk. I'm doing this for the new players of Skyrim who are thinking about getting it. The Warrior Stone increases your warrior capability things. It allows you to learn warrior type skills faster. One-handed, two-handed armor, and your blocking goes up faster with that. The Thief is your sneak, your lock-picking, your pickpocketing, and your archery. And the Mage deals with your magic abilities: conjuring, illusion, alteration, destruction, restoration, and if I am missing any, I apologize for those veterans. This is a mine up here. I tend to go through the caves and stuff around here before I do it, before I actually go. And you can get free woodcutting axe here, and it allows you to chop wood.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
As you progress and level up, your enemies will get new names like Marauder, Bandit Chief, and stuff like that. The Bandit Chief are the leaders of certain dungeons that you can go through, and their armor and gear will increase as you level up. You can harvest stuff around the world for ingredients, for making potions, and you can make a variety of potions. You can get a free pickaxe and a free axe. There is no need to buy them unless you just absolutely want to, just for the heck of it. I'm gonna keep this professional and try not to cuss for those who are against it. There's a trap here. If you activate it, sends rocks falling down. And if you're level 1, it probably can kill you. There's some more stuff to pick up.
Entrance isn't exactly hidden.
More gold. I don't know if this is actually better, but I will take it. Oh, he's got a steel mace, so we'll take that and use it. Leave that on there. We'll go down and put that on my favorites and put that one in my right hand. Steel does more damage than iron. And like I said, you can get a free pickaxe. There's ore here if you want to mine it, which is good because you can get free iron ore, which you can use at a smelter to make iron ingots, of course. You can get 3 ore per rock. I would tell you the respawn time on them, but I do not know them. You can get gems from mining also, if you mine enough, and will help you out. There's a diary here and a coin purse. Coming up here, there should be another enemy, but there's not. Hit the lever. There's some wine, some more stuff, and some people come through, so I'm going to put on my orc arrows and my longbow. I'm going to sneak.
You check the entrance. I'm going to look over here.
And sometimes if it shows that cutscene on a projectile ability, fire magic or whatever, sometimes you can see it hit your target, but it won't do any damage. he's got a gem on him. Does not actually sell for 100 gold unless your speechcraft is higher. So that's totally up to you. And notice how they don't have any of my arrows. So we will go back into here and we will equip the iron arrows just so that way I don't use all my orc arrows up. You come around here, you can look through here and grab the gold, the coin purse, and clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is a illusion magic that shows you to your current goal. To me, it's kind of pointless because you have to recast it every few steps. There's a bandit here, you kill him. You can pickpocket it or lockpick it, or you can search him and get the key. Getting the key saves your lockpicks. There's a war hammer and a great sword there, in the chest. Orcish sword of weariness. Does 10 points of damage. And then you've got a circlet of minor magic, which increases your magic. And there's an iron dagger. And what we'll do, since I'm running, I don't want to use all my arrows, we'll get rid of that, and we'll put that in my favorites. And we'll sheath this. The gear you find is based upon your level, so as you level up, you will find better gear. Totally up to you if you want to just stay level 1, leaving that area. There's a guy working down here. Just to fuck with him, we will come and help 3 times a time. And you see his name is, if it will let me search him, yep, Bandit Outlaw. He is tougher, that's why I could not one-shot him right off the bat. There's a light armor book here, or no, smelting book here. More weapons, but as you can see, I'm running low on carrying weight right now, so we won't pick those up. Iron ingots, we will go in here and we will make that better. So it does more damage right now. It does 14, 16, and then 16. So that, knowing it's a better type of weapon, is actually weaker than my mace, my iron mace that I have upgraded. And it is the same as a steel mace. So we'll put that on the left hand. There's another enemy, he is searching for me. And he's a bandit outlaw. And he's trying to shoot me with arrows.
Over here.
Dual wielding eliminates your ability to block, so you will take quite a bit of damage if you get hit. Letting them beat on you with armor on increases your armor rating. So sometimes it's good to actually take a beating if you're trying to level up your armor. He's got a better bow, so I'm going to take that from him. There's food and stuff over here you can take. There's wine. Going around. I'll sheathe my weapons because I don't want them in my view anymore. These will alert enemies of your presence, but they're all dead, so I'm going to leave the cave. And before I have to end my broadcast, I'm going to go ahead and show you the treasure map. points to there, which is over by Riverwood. And if you just stay on this... Nope, I'm sorry. If you just come over here across from Riverwood. There should be a log somewhere, which I think is that one right there. We'll go over to that real quick. And you have to be careful swimming in the water because there are slaughterfish and they will do damage to you. And it's not this log. There is another log somewhere around here by Riverwood that has a treasure chest in it if you get the first treasure map. So we will look for that log so I can show you where that treasure map, where that first treasure is. And it might be up the road a little bit from Riverwood. And I believe it is. I don't see it. It might be back by the Guardian's Stones. We can always check the map again. So it's clear down here on the other side of Riverwood, not the side that I'm on. And the treasure chests are not there unless you have the treasure map and have looked at the treasure map. That noise you heard was an en route around. And wolves occasionally attack you. So it's not on that side of Riverwood. Hitting non-hostile targets does raise your skills, but not as good as hitting hostile targets.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
What?
Once you talk to the guy inside, here are those ingots you can take for free, but right now they're stealing. It's considered stealing them.
You there. The Dawn Guard is looking for anyone willing to fight against... That's whatever. If you change your mind and decide to join the fight before it's too late.
They will occasionally find you. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Probably because of my level. clay deposits allow you to mine clay for your houses you can build. We will get into that later. I'm going to jump to the Guardian Stones just for a minute because I think it's over by the Guardian Stones. You can move the loading screens. I have found that log that it is in. And there, that treasure chest is the first treasure map. You can have one ring and one necklace on at a time. You enchant those to have more enchants on your gear. Also, you can get a wood cutting axe on a table over here for free. So if you didn't find one before, you can get one there.
Ain't every day we get... Of course.
You can have to take some supplies from him.
There's something you could do for me. For all of us here. All right, then. May the gods watch. I see no harm. The grind, if you've got the raw materials, you can use it.
And now I believe you can take it. Yeah. It's free starting out equipment to level your smithing. And you can take some things from here, but not all. And we'll go here. Bone mold is with steel crafting. But we will go here, and I don't have any firewood, so I can't make any arrows. But we can easily get firewood by coming over here to the chopping block. And each time you do it, you get 6 firewood. Okay, so I've got my firewood, now I can craft arrows. Come back to the smelter. Since we have some steel, we will go ahead and craft some steel arrows. And one thing with iron arrows, just for the heck of it, and we'll make iron daggers to help increase our smithing more. You can sell those iron daggers to the guy. It's in Alvar. It's in there. But I've got to get off because I've got to go to work. So I will post another video later today. And if you like it, subscribe and more videos will be posted to help beginners, and also for those veterans who would like to comment, please just comment and I will try to do some suggestions also. The Zapped is over and out.